Hey man, it's your boy Mr. V. So I wanna throw in a 1 cent 99 opinion of mine here about Julius Malima, the EFF, the leadership, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and the last conference, or not necessarily conference, but the last presser at the conference at the NPA. And for me, it comes from a level of we, especially me as a voter, right, and a voter of EFF. Not a member, but a voter of EFF, because I believe in what the EFF stands for and so forth. I am allowed to have an opinion, and I'm not blind. I'm not flying blindly, I must have an opinion, and if I want to raise my opinion, it doesn't matter who says what, but it's my feeling and it's how I feel about a matter. I should not be intimidated to not feel like I can have an opinion. I want to say, for me, it is unfair what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has been going through. And this has been said so many times by so many people. It's just that people are hard-headed. They don't want to hear that. But the fact is, if you feel that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has done something wrong, it's better to just take him through the disciplinary committee and take it from there. If he needs to be expelled, he must then be expelled. If we need to know as people on the ground, or the voters thereof, what he has done, we must then be told, without fear, without any favor, without any prejudice. We cannot be kept in the dark just because somebody says they know. It's for me, it's nonsensical. If you believe that you know something and you have got evidence of some sort about something, tell us, so that we know that, oh, we're dealing with this kind of a person. But to just say we know the relationship that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has with Sunday World, for me, that is nonsensical, man. That does not fly with me, really. And that can never make me feel like there is something wrong that he did until I hear that he did something wrong. I feel somehow about Floyd Shivambu leaving, and without saying anything. I know that the relationship had been sour. We may not have been told, but we know that. I mean, I saw this, which is another level of me thinking that, hey, some pettiness, it's just unnecessary. I saw a video clip where I'm not sure what was happening in the Eastern Cape or with King Dalindyebo, whereby they were cutting a ribbon of some sort, and Floyd Shivambu reached out to also cut the ribbon, but Julius Malima removed his hand from the cutting of the ribbon. I'm like, wow, okay, that was petty. That was so petty, it's not funny. Well, no, it is funny actually. When you think about it, it was very petty, but it was very funny as well. But it's small things like that that make people fall, or that make you fall out of favor with people. And I feel like Julius Malema, we must be able to criticize him and his politics, the same as we must be able to give him credit where it's due. He's a brilliant politician. He does well. I think that he has done well in South African politics. And look, this is a defining moment, whether they will be going positive or they will be going negative, on the basis of how they get out of this one. it may show. And when I say this one, I'm talking from the resignation of Floyd Shivambu all the way to the Mbuyiseni Ndlozi saga and all the other leaders who left in between. Well, I mean, some I don't call leaders because they were not in the leadership structure. There have been leaders, but yeah. But in any case, I'm just saying the whole saga, how they get out, how they choose to get out, because sometimes people think that it's all about the votes that you have gotten. If you want to be a once-off party, then that's fine. That's how you must start to think. But you must also think that there will be the next elections, you know. And I think for the past call it 10 years of the political life of the EFF, they have been thinking forward about that every day. When I'm in the township, I would see people campaigning, doing whatever, but just being visible daily, whether there's elections or there isn't. You know, you just see people showing up and all that jazz. So you don't want to say now, because we've got votes for now, we're gonna do as we wish. Voters are gonna show you flames, my boot. They will show you flames. You will not believe it. You know, you will be another has been, and it won't be funny. So I think that's what the EFF leadership has to think about. There are certain things that Julius Malima would say, especially in presses, that rub off people, especially voters of the EFF, the wrong way, you know. Because it comes across as though you're not listening to the ground and what the ground is saying. I hear what you have, and we hear, you know, when, for example, talk about the land, not the land question, but talk about the foreigners question, right? There are a lot of people who said so many things, and if you are not listening to them, to try and bring them up to where you are, thinking that you are the only one who has the superior logic, when people are the ones who are experiencing the challenge out there, you will feel it. I can tell you that much for free. So it's with this saga of not Julius, but Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, I think he has been very unfair to us as voters. He was supposed to have come out and told us what he has done. Now we are left to speculate and all sorts of stuff, and it makes one to have now to take sides, you know. I for one, I like Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I haven't seen anything wrong that he has done, but I mean, I've seen the accusations and the things that Julius has done, and despite those things, I still think he's a brilliant politician. You know, he's a brilliant strategist, and he deserves to be in the political arena of South Africa, you know. So can we be told at least what is it that he has done? I mean, I think that his silence has been good, because he does not want to interrupt someone who's telling us that he did something wrong, or whatever the case may be, you know. And the fact that you won't answer the question about the what's his name, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, anymore in interviews and stuff, that's nonsensical again, you know, because how can you not talk about this elephant that is in this room, and this elephant that's so big, that's squashing everybody? As a person, I can't be able to defend when I can see that there is unfair treatment. Yes, we can talk about what the EFF is all about, what they're bringing on board, what they're trying to do, but we also must talk about the unfair treatment that some leaders, and those leaders are people that maybe may have been reasons why some people decided to vote for the EFF. And if those are not being addressed to our satisfactions, I mean, what are you saying? You know, and that's why you will always get the criticism until things are fair, you know, until it comes across as though that you are actually talking for everybody, even those that you may have issues about, but you still need to be fair. You cannot have the monopoly of thinking. It doesn't work that way. Nobody has got monopoly of being the greatest thinker than everybody. No. You assume the leadership position because people allow you to be in the leadership position. Because people think that you can carry the agenda forward. People think that you can take them to where they want to be taken to, right? But if you are not doing that job, we must then ask you what is happening. Or if you seem to be having a problem with so-and-so, we must be able to ask you a question to say, okay, what is happening? Despite what you may have written and what you are bringing on board, what you are saying, this is what I'll do, we must still be able to address what is the problem between you, A, and B. So that must be known. It must always be known that we will question whatever that you say. I don't know what he wants done, but on the base, because remember, I mean, the conference, it's not even a fraction of people. It's just leaders that are elected in structures to go and elect the leaders who will represent us, or whatever the case may be. But when you talk about the masses who are on the ground, who are gonna go and cross your political party in the voting station, sometimes if you undermine them, they might show you flames badly, but yeah, I think I love the EFF, man. I love the EFF, but I think on this one they have been doing so many errors on it, and it just leaves one wondering what is happening. And there's a lot of speculation. Now we have to defend, like, hey, this party is it's Julius' party. Hey, this party has got only one leader. Now we have to go and defend all of that nonsense, But if we are not brought up to par in terms of explanations of sort, unfortunately we will get to that level where we're like, no, it looks like it's a one-man show. But hey, what can we say? But we say these things because we love the party, we love where the EFF is going, and we must be able to criticize them when they're stepping wrongly. There's no way that we're gonna be quiet. We can't keep quiet. We have to speak. We have to understand, to address matters in any way, shape and form. And sometimes it will be harsh, sometimes it will be hard, sometimes it will be a bitter pill to swallow. I hope that during the December holidays, when he was on vacation or whatever the case that he was in, he managed to think about the strategy on how to get out of this one, because he really needs to bring people into his confidence, to say that he is actually the rightful leader and so forth. And we're not talking about you having been elected, Julius. No, we're talking about the people who will vote for you. Because people tend to think that, I've been voted for and therefore there's nothing that... No, that's not it. There are people who will need to vote for you 2026. There are people who will need to vote for you in the national elections. So those people must have confidence in you to say, this gentleman is what we need. And now, in this case, what makes you the one that we need, right? And that's what he would need to help us understand and accept, so to speak. But yeah, it was just me wanting to register the dissatisfaction that I've experienced and that I've seen when voting, or when they had the presser. It was well, I mean, even if you talk about the entire presser that did not explain certain things, you can see that it borders on silent dictatorship of some sort, you know, and we don't want to feel like that. We don't want to feel like we're dictated on, but we want to have a leader who is resolute, who stands for the ground, who's doing things right and all that jazz, you know. I think he does a brilliant job of representing the family setup, and you know, he's a great leader as well. He speaks very well. He knows what to say, when to say, how to say it. Look, he can take it a bit too far, but yeah, he's still a great leader in any way, shape and form that you can think of. But yeah, man, tell me what you think. I'm out.